And the reason why France is such a bad place is because they opposed our going into Iraq. And George Bush was at this CPAC. He also spoke at this today. And he defended the war yet again, singing the same old song. Going into Iraq was a wise decision because Al-Qaeda was a threat from Iraq, which, of course, we know is complete bullshit. But I'm wondering, for those who would defend the president going into Iraq, what you think of some of the stories that have been in the news lately. And I refer you to, first, the report a week ago that said the United States is completely unready to repel attack on the United States because National Guard and reserves, 88% of them not prepared to fight. Gee, I wonder where they are. Military donors, this is an interesting. People from the military are donating most of their money in the campaign to Ron Paul and Barack Obama, the people who want to get out of Iraq the fastest. And of course, this week in the paper, intelligence chief says Al-Qaeda better able to hit U.S. This, to me, seems the heart of the matter in the war on terror. The director of national intelligence, anybody know his name? They switch these people so often. Look at this.
Hey, no.
No, Mike McConnell.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do change them a lot. So.
Al-Qaeda is gaining in strength from its refuge in Pakistan. Bin Laden and Zawahiri remain in control of their terrorist group. They've recruited a new generation of lieutenants, including Westerners, most likely American citizens. You know, isn't this exactly what the Democrats have been saying? It isn't exactly true.
No.
We took our eye off the ball. We went to a place that didn't attack us, and now the place that always was the problem is stronger than ever and ready to attack us again. No? Because I'm quoting the director of national intelligence. I'm not quoting Barack Obama.
Yeah, but at the beginning of our discussion, you were sort of poo-pooing the whole idea that terror alerts meant anything, that the war on terror meant anything, and now you're saying the war on terror is in fact worse than ever and a real threat.
Those two things have nothing to do with each other.
Why not?
The one was George Bush was fakely calling terror alerts to get people scared and vote for him in 2004.
No,
this is a.
The evidence of that is what?
Wait a sec.
No, you're right. It's just a suspicion.
Okay.
It's true. There is no evidence.
I don't have a great public support. I don't publicly support the president anymore, but I think it's an awful stretch to say the guy would call terror alerts and sort of to get votes out of the deal. I wonder where the audience is on this.
Well, because his reputation as a man who deserves honor and integrity is so strong. But
people can be honest and stupid.
yes, and they can be honest and dishonest and corrupt, and he is both. But okay.
The source of his corruption is what? I mean, what's the evidence of his corruption?
But then you don't need evidence.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, George Bush is not corrupt?
What's the evidence of his corruption?
Oil companies?
Listen,
He didn't drag his feet on global warming because his money came from oil companies?
You can accuse him of mismanaging many things.
I do?
You can accuse him of being in over his head. You can accuse him of many things.
Right.
I don't think you can accuse him, in my view, of being somebody that's corrupt.
You're not serious.
Yeah.
When he was running.
I don't think you can.
When he was running in 2000, he said that he would cap CO2 emissions from power plants. He completely forgot that after he got into office. Why? Because the people who gave him his campaign contributions are the people he used to work for, the oil business. You don't really think that he's not aware of global warming, that he's suddenly got religion on.
No, my assumption, which I think is what's missing in politics today, on the left and the right, is we all attribute bad attention for bad policy choices. We all attribute bad attention for bad policy choices. Somebody can pick a bad policy, be ignorant, be misguided, and not necessarily have a bad intention. And that's part of the problem we have in this country.
That's bad enough. I think most Americans expect and accept, therefore, a certain level of dishonesty or corruption. If it were counterbalanced by a healthy amount of competence, they'd be happy.
Okay.